Are you a lash beginner who's having trouble lashing fast? Have you not found the right products that will give you great retention? Then you are in the right spot because this video is just for you. Hey you guys, my name is Bia. This is my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be doing a lash tutorial on my gorgeous model. She has blue eyes. I always love lashing blue eyes because I love to use brown lashes. I'm going to be telling you guys really beginner friendly steps and all the products that you need to lash fast and get that 3 to 6 week retention. Now, once you start getting 3 to 6 week retention, you're going to see your clients are going to be returning and you're going to start getting fully booked, which is also going to get you to be able to raise your lash prices. Recently, I started going back into lashing after having my fourth baby, and I thought of a way what I could do in order to lash a little faster, in order to offer something else on my lash menu that would attract clients for my busy schedule, that would allow me to not have to do full sets all the time that take 2+ hours. The solution that I came up with is half sets. I've been doing half sets on myself for so many years. If you've been around and watched any of my videos, I have been lashing myself, and that's kind of how I got started. But half sets are the way to go, and these are particularly perfect for people who have a lot of natural lashes. So you'll want to do a proper consultation, and that is where any beginner should start, is with the consultation. Take a look at their eye shape, take a look at them, at what they like, ask them, and go from there. You don't have to overcomplicate it and measure your eye sets or anything. I know that's been going around, but you do not need to do that at all. With a couple of easy lash maps, you can really carve your spot in your niche. Now, that's what I did. I ended up doing a lot of hybrid sets and people love them, and that's what I started to get known for, was my hybrid sets. Now, I guess you could say these half sets are a way of doing hybrid sets as well, because I definitely start them off with some lash fans. So here you can see me using the VEYES Extra Strength Lash Glue. It's a low fume glue. It's amazing. It is my favorite. I use it on myself, which I know you're not really supposed to do, but that's how I'm able to know a lot of things about this glue and how it works, really. And I highly recommend using VEYES because their products are so beginner friendly and so affordable as well. They never disappoint, and I really don't have to battle humidity much at all. A lot of people will go on and on about humidity. However, I am a firm believer that you can really work your way around it, and it really should not be a problem at all. I've lashed in very humid spaces. I've lashed in basements. I've lashed in the summer and the winter. I live in Canada, and humidity is not an issue at all, especially with the VEYES Lash Glue. This one is a 0.5-second drying time. I think it's amazing. If you just use a tad bit more lash glue on your lash, you can kind of extend that drying time. So keep that in mind if you are a beginner. You do want to work fast with this glue. However, this is also the reason why there is not a lot of fumes going on. So it dries fast and your clients will not have teary eyes. Excuse the pen I'm using. It wouldn't work for me at first. So I'm not normally somebody who draws on lash maps, but I thought for the sake of this video, I would just show you guys kind of where I'm placing some of my spikes, because I do like to keep my sets a little bit more on the wispy side. So what I'm doing is, because she has brown eyes and she is younger, we're doing a very subtle lash set with brown lashes. So I use dark latte lashes from VEYES. They are amazing. They fan out like butter. They are so pretty and they don't feel plasticky whatsoever. The material is really great, and they're my go-to lash for everything. So these dark brown lashes really make her blue stand out and just complement her eyes so great, which is also important. That is also something that's going to make you stand out if you find your way into customizing sets, also by using different colors, different lengths, and different curls. It's very important that you kind of just find your own way instead of just lashing and overpowering their eyes and their face with lashes, because not everyone is going to be a fan of VEYES Lash Glue. Is great paired with their lash tweezers. I absolutely love their fiber boot tweezer. There's just something about picking up lashes that just don't budge. They come off the strip so easy with these tweezers. They have little ridges on the inside. That's why they're called fiber tweezers, and they just make picking up the lashes amazing, which can be the downfall for a beginner. That's usually often something that happens, that they're not gripping firmly enough, or their tweezers just are dirty, or their tweezers simply just don't line up properly and the sweet spot is gone. So keep an eye on that. That could be the reason why your lashes are not coming off the strip properly, or why they're not fanning out, and why they're maybe also getting stuck to your tweezers. Could also be that the glue is creeping up and you're using too much, and then every time you try to place your lash, they are stuck to the tweezer. Make sure that you're cleaning it off with some acetone, and then you are good to go. The lash map that I'm using on her is a cat eye, and I'm pretty much only using 9mm in the center. This is where you're going to separate yourself from the crowd, from the beginner crowd, okay? Placing short lashes on the inner corner is probably one of the #1 beginner mistakes that people make when they start lashing, because they're not really paying attention to their lengths and they're just kind of paying attention to application. However, the length here matters a lot. The first 10, 15 lashes on the inner corner need to be very short for this set to look really nice and cohesive. And also, a lot of clients, if the lashes are too long in the inner corner, they will hit on the eyelid close by their brow bone, so like the inner corner there, and that is going to cause a lot of shedding as well. So you want to keep them nice and short, and that way your inner corners will last the best. I remember when I first started out, my inner corners were I was very anxious all the time about my inner corners. So once I switched to that and I started using Veyes lash tape, it changed the game for me. I was able to separate lashes. I was able to kind of spread those inner lash corners out by pulling the lid towards the outer corner with the lash tape, and it just made the world of a difference. So if you're looking for great lash tape that does not rip the lashes at all, and won't if you're also looking for dark lashes that are actually black, I absolutely love their Cashmere lash line. Their lashes are amazing, very pretty, and just really soft and perfect to work with as well. I do love all of their products. I've used most of their glues and their tweezers, and honestly, nothing disappoints. Their customer service is also on point. So shout out to them for sponsoring this video. I really enjoyed working with them. I've been working with them for the last 5+ years, I think. You guys can go back and check out one of my first videos as well. I'll try and link it below, where I started using VEYES. Let me just quickly explain what is a half set. A half set is basically for anyone who has a lot of natural lashes, where you can get away with not lashing every single lash and they still look like they have a nice subtle lash set on. A lot of girls like the clean lash look and don't want it to overpower their face. This is perfect for them. And with that said, you definitely want to make sure that you are lashing enough lashes and that your retention is on point. If your retention is not on point, this lash set is not going to work for you. You are not going to be able to lash this and have a happy client after a week if their lashes are falling out. So you want to make sure that those lashes that you are placing are placed very well and intentionally. So, you know, if you are not able to visualize it very well, then definitely draw your lash maps on here. And so what I do is I always leave the outer corners out a little bit, especially with the cat eye, because I find that it droops the eye a bit, and that works for most clients. Honestly, for like 95% of my clients, that totally works, and I don't really have to even think about it. So I never place any on the outer corner. Then I used the lash map is 9, 10, 11s, and 12s. So I weaved in some very narrow fans, like a wet lash look, as 12s on the very outer corner for the cat eye. And then in between, I placed 11s and then the 9s on the inner corner. A big mistake that I used to make is not checking my work when I was done, and then I would see that there would be a couple lashes going into the wrong direction, because lash direction, let me tell you, will show if you are a beginner or not. You need to pay attention to your lash placement so well, because it does give away your experience level for sure. So check your work and brush them out, don't forget, and you can even get up and look from the other side if your mirror is not big enough to really see both eyes at the same time. This will still give you a chance to remove a couple of lashes or to place a couple more. You know, do this right when you're about to be finished, just to take a look. And these half sets usually don't take me longer than an hour from start to finish. You can also offer to wash their lashes just to be sure that they will have good retention. This is something that I feel is complimentary, because it really just adds that level of certainty for you that you did everything you could to make these lashes last. And here we are basically finished with this lash set. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Would you offer this lash set? And keep in mind, you can also charge a lot less for this because it will only take you an hour. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out VEYES. Use my discount code BEA10 for all the products. And I hope you guys have an awesome day and great holidays. I like the shape and how they make my eyes. I like that length too. You like that they're not as full and that they're just kind of subtle? Yeah, I like it. That's good. That's cool. And I like the shade. This is like perfect. The shade? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun actually. I was like, oh, well, these look darker. They're so good. Cool. Okay. Okay, I'm actually going to put. Do you want me to like make it? Close. Open. Close. Open.